everyone, this is LT1. I can use a distributive property, and this is a challenge video. If as you're watching this, you decide that this is a little bit too hard for you, feel free to go back to the first video I made about this. I'll have the link in the description below. Alright, so we're talking about distributive property. Remember, that's just the rainbow. So if I have a number in front of parentheses like this, I'm going to do 2x times this number, or this term, and then 2x times that term. So on this one I have a 2x times 3x, so 2 times 3 is 6. And then when I have x times x, remember a variable times a variable is going to equal x squared. So even if I have y times y, that would be that would be y squared. If I had 4 times 4, that's the same thing as 4 squared. So the square just means you're multiplying the same thing times itself. Okay, so I'd have 6x squared. And then I have 2x times -1 would be minus 2x. And then I can't combine those because this is the big square tile and that's just the little skinny x tile. Alright, on this one, I know there's a lot going on, but remember you only distribute if it's the term right in front of the parentheses. And I don't distribute to these guys over here because they're not in the group here. It's kind of like XY wants to hand out snacks to these people, but these ones aren't in the group, so we're not even looking at them right now. So sometimes I like to kind of cover them up. Okay, so when I distribute, I have xy times 2. There's an invisible 1 here, so pretty much you're just doing 1 times 2 is 2. And then you just throw the xy on the back there. Alright, then I have 1xy times -4x. So 1 times -4 is -4. And remember from up here, x times x is x squared. And then you just put the y on the back there. So even though there's a lot of letters going on, we're still using the same concepts that we did before. And then these two just get brought down because nothing was distributed to them. Okay. And then now that I've done that, I want to combine any like terms if I can. So if you watched the last video about combining like terms, you learned that as long as terms have the same variable combination, you're allowed to combine them. So I cannot combine these because this has an x squared, this has an x. They don't have the same combination. But I can combine this one and this one because they both have an x squared and a y. Okay, so I think that the 2xy, that's the only term like that. And then over here the 5 is by itself because there's no other units to add it with. Okay, so I'll just bring down the 2xy. If I combine these two, -4 plus 7 is +3, and I just rewrite the variables, and then I bring down the +5. And remember from there I can't combine any more because these do not have the same variable combination.